Okay, I have no idea why I've put on jewellery, makeup, and I'm wearing jeans, which you can't see, when I'm just going to be in the house all day, and it's very juxtaposition to the fact that my hair is day-old hair. I mean, I know why I put the jeans on, because quite frankly, you guys have seen me far too many times in 2023 wearing some form of like legging or jumper combination. I was like, I need to give you a different bottom. Stanley Ruder in my head. But no, I just was wearing jeans. I thought we need to change up the outfits a little bit, even though like leggings and a jumper is my like, you know, weekend wardrobe. We need to give you something else, guys. But I'm not going to hold myself to the fact that like a pair of leggings is not going to be coming onto my body sometime in the next couple of hours. Anywho, what a random way to start this vlog, but hi, welcome back to the vlog, guys. Hope you're doing well. I realised like when this is coming out, it's the new month. We're finally out of January. I hope we're all feeling great. I'm still in the middle of January as filming this because, you know, work full time. Gotta keep ahead with these things. Sorry, I'm just having a moment there. My voice is like still waking up. You guys are like the first people I've spoken to today. And it's almost lunchtime. But no, today we are working on something really important and exciting, but I have been putting this off. I have been like dreading doing this, if I'm honest, because it's such a big job. To the point where I was like, last night I was like, they don't need this video. I could come up with something else. But no, we need to do this because for practicality reasons, for everyday living at the moment, we need to do this project. But it's a scary project. It's probably not that scary to you guys, but it feels daunting to begin with. We're organising our kitchen, but we're also doing a couple of DIYs because we need to do a couple of DIYs in order for it to function. The reason why I'm so dreading doing this is because it's not like the organizational projects you've seen on this channel, because things like the living room, although it's changing, is pretty much staying exactly how it's going to be. You know, the bedroom needed organization but is changing but not changing. That's probably giving a big hint away, but and the bathroom that you would have seen was just like literally one cabinet. The kitchen is changing in the not so distant future. I don't know when this year, but it desperately needs a change. But there's bigger things happening to it than I need to think about. But in order for me to do that, I need to do this. But it's all up here. I'm not gonna lie, it's all in my brain exactly like we need to do stuff and everything like that. But I'm going to go very methodical. We're going to work one step at a time. I'm not going to predict too much what the outcome will be. Much like I do with many of my videos where I'm like, we're going to do all this. And I'm like, we've changed it 5 times during this filming process. I'm going to try and be very like, we're just going to work from this. I have a guide where I want to be at the end of the project, but if we're not there, that's fine. I have a to-do list, which is not even a to-do list to do with the kitchen DIY organisation. This is my to-do list for this weekend, but I'm using my notepad to draw out things and just make some planning notes and everything like that. So what I'm going to do is give you a quick tour of the kitchen, and then we're going to come right back here with the coffee, and I'm going to explain what the next steps we're going to do to begin with in organising this kitchen. So let's show you what we're working with so far in our kitchen. Okay, so this is our kitchen. So we have these 2 rooms, living room there, kitchen there on the ground floor, stairs upstairs, and door there to laundry room and cellar, which you've seen many times. But this is our kitchen. Other than the living room, this is probably the second most, I was about to say visited, but it's like the second most used room in the house, basically. Like, mainly we'll be talking here while he is cooking. I'm not gonna lie and say that like I cook, I don't. You can see DIY project work on in the background in here. So you've seen this in any DIY, I pretty much work across here. Makeover wise, one thing we're definitely going to be doing, I can give you a hint towards the future, is that the cabinets on the bottom will be painted dark. I'm going to give you a little realistic life of having a dog. I love the light kitchen, it's just not working practically for me, and I have come into my era of practicality in my life, so that will be painted. I definitely want to take in the future the storage up. I want to make more of a feature of the fireplace here. I want to take that up. And one of the things that we will be organising as such, but not fully organising, is that in the makeover this will be gone. I'm looking to get a very small, I mean it will have to be small, little table and chairs, because me and Lee are fed up of eating like on our laps every night. So I want a little dining table. Not to say that we won't be eating on our laps all the time, but I really want to get some form of table and chairs in here as such. So this is something we need to get rid of. Now I'm going to just basically do it from the bottom upwards, because obviously until the time we make over, I need this little pretty moment. So I'm sure I'm going to find other places probably in the upper storages and whatnot to display it. But we have pretty much all this to organise and store, and maybe take to the recycling centre. We've got to go through all the cupboards, but the main one I want to work, well, there's two I want to work on mainly that will help organise everything. So this cupboard here, which as you can see is like on the opposite side, at the moment it is chocker full with rubbish that needs to get organised. So all this needs like looking into, all this needs sorting, organising and whatnot, like putting somewhere else. I made a box downstairs for all these kind of like decor pieces and kitchenware that I don't want to get rid of, and yeah, we'll be putting them somewhere. This kitchen cupboard is not going to be a kitchen cupboard anymore, because practicality wise it's not part of the kitchen in my head, because like in order to use it you have to go all the way around and back around again, so it's not somewhere that we can supply like everyday stuff, hence why the forgotten things go in here. But what I do want to put this for is mainly like, it's going to be a dog walking cupboard basically. If I turn you around here you can see a bunch of dashes stuff like piled up there. If I also take you into the laundry room, guys, there's probably stuff dumped in here. Oh yes, there is. But this is a prime example of the fact that like, we don't want to go downstairs because things are getting blocked in here. So we want to move his dog food into that cupboard, and then that clears a path. And I want somewhere for wellies, I also need to get something outside for wellies and walking shoes, because it's just getting messy and dirty and tidy. Extra cow ears there that need storing. Hello, did you hear your name? Oh, it's because I said W, isn't it? But it's not just yet, baby. Not just yet, boo-boo. In a bit, I promise. So yeah, we need to basically cull this, organise it, and relocate or get rid of. And the DIY that I'm thinking of in here, I feel like my brain's all over the place this one, so I'm hoping you're keeping up. But the DIY I want to do is, I want to take the shelf out and cut it in half, and create like this section for tall stuff and this thing, so I can have two baskets, probably these two baskets here, that I can have things on. And then I think that will be a really good organisation. And then the next one we need to work on, I'm dreading showing you this. Again, evidence of white kitchen with a dog, but what's in here? Oh god. So it's the under the cupboard bit, which again needs a cull, but this needs a bit of a DIY. Let me just try and stop this door slamming shut. No? Are you gonna hold it for me? Oh, it's because your stuff's in there, so you're checking for shoes. So this is another example of like Dash's stuff that lives in here, like his treats and stuff that I want to move out into that other cupboard. So you can kind of see here, but the back is not on this cupboard. Right in the corner there is our stop tap for the water, so we do need access to that. But everything's just like piled on top of each other. Like I have a little somewhat organised basket of things I use every day, but as you can see, things just get kind of piled up, everything like that. And then what I want to do is basically create like a little shelf here, to basically still be able to access it if we need to, but I want to get some of the boxes moved up there and double stacked, because the cupboard is so good. It goes all the way back. Sorry, I just bumped you on the the thing, but it goes all the way back, and we could be making so much more use of this if we can double stack everything. So those are the two DIYs that I need to work on. And yeah, then the kitchen will feel a bit more organised and a bit more kind of like less just cluttered and everything like that. And then yeah, we can live with it until we eventually do the makeover, which won't be for a while, so that's why it's important to do it, so that we can continue to function until we get to the point of making this kitchen perfection to us. Oh, my neighbours. Hi. Yeah. My neighbours are just packing the car. They look like they're going on a trip and they're just like watching me talk to a camera. They know what I do. They know I'm kooky like that. Anywho, yeah. So the first thing I'm going to start on is the DIYs, because I want the DIYs to dictate actually what we're going to keep. You can see in that kind of back cupboard that like there's so much decor pieces that like I think I can just get rid of. There's some I will never, because I'm like, oh, future home will use those. We don't have the space right now. So I'm going to really be like, not lenient. I'm very strict with it, that's what I meant. But the DIYs will be able to say, right, okay, that's what you're doing. Staying with the cupboard under the stair, I think I just need to like donate, get rid, content, everything like that. If you've watched any of the previous videos, like the attic and cellar organization videos, you'll know that like we got those two rooms organized in order to make way for this one, because a lot of like what is in those cupboards and stuff, particularly that back cupboard, that's going to be his cupboard, I'm just going to call it his cupboard, is going to be moved into those general locations. So I think what I'm going to do today, we've got two parts to this. We're doing this over a weekend. I think the first part is just to get everything out and relocated probably into my gorgeous living room, and then assess what I need to do to build it. This is where the drawing comes in. As much as possible, I'm just going to use what I've got downstairs, because I have so much leftover wood and MDF boards and everything like that. But I don't necessarily need to like go out and buy stuff, but I might have to go and buy stuff. So let's sip my coffee, get you set up, and let's get time-lapsing on me removing everything. Like I said, nothing is going to get cooled in this moment. I think I'm just going to relocate and then do that either this evening or tomorrow when we come to do the full organisation of everything. So let's not waste any more time, let's get cracking.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go easy, easy.
Okay, to just give you an idea, I've just done one of these boxes so far that had a lot of like the tools and stuff in it, and I'm starting to see gaps in what I need to do. So I've put a lot of stuff, like I found just candles, birthday candles. I knew we had some in the utility drawer. These popcorn holders, I put them all in what I'm like is my celebration box. So you know this is like my seasonal bit. This is kind of like the party celebration box, so I put them in there along with seasonal cookie cutters that I have, because I won't use them unless it's the season, if that makes sense. So they're in there. I've started to put away like the food processor, the mixer in there. Unfortunately had to take out pasta maker. I'm not gonna give up on him, but we need to find him a new home. Then you'll have seen like all the plates and stuff I put in here. Like there's stuff that I have that I like do not use on a regular basis but don't want to get rid of, because like things like this egg cup holder I will use for food photography on the blog and stuff. So again, don't really want to get rid of that at all. So finding a place. I haven't got a place for this, which is like the pizza board. It's very handy to have, especially when entertaining, so I'm trying to find a place for it. And I think things like I've thrown part of like the mini chopper in there, which I know my other half is going to say like, oh no, I need, and I'm like, you don't need it, like you haven't asked for it in a while, so I'm going to get rid of it silently until he sees this video. We have some cake holders, or cake stands, sorry, that I don't want to get rid of. I'm thinking of utilising this bit. So all this stuff minus the champagne is going to be moving upstairs into that cupboard. This is why I didn't want to do too much organising and tidy along the way, but things like that where I knew they were going to move, like I think the next box I'm just going to leave down here until we get things set up. But just having a look at everything, I definitely can fit in, compared to the side, I probably can get 3 of these really useful boxes here. The stuff like, I've got baking stuff, not necessarily like the ingredients, but like tins and stuff like that I want to store down here because I don't bake that often, but when I do I want them there. And then I'm just gonna count down the days until we get our forever home where I can have like a lovely pantry that hosts all these things, but for now it's this area here. But if we can get 4 of these in here, I mean 35 times by 4 is not maths I can do right now. Oh no, I can do it off the top of my head. 140 litres, is that right? Is that right? I'm gonna go with that one. But that's a lot of storage if we can get 4 of those in here, and then all these things, which is basically hiking boots, spare wellies, car fluid, and Dash's like supply of towels are all moving up there, so we'll have this space here to kind of have more of these boxes. So it's going to look good, and I think as well we can make use of more this side of things once I go through everything, and certainly up here will be coming free again as well. So we need to make a mental note of like what we need to go and shop. Let's go back upstairs and continue tidying and clearing things out.
Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes.
Okay, back in my favourite little spot to balance you on. I didn't realise it's only 10. I thought we were nearly in the afternoon. It's not, it's very early still. But we have cleared out the cupboards, and I have been doing some very professional drawings on what we're going to do. They're relatively simple to do. Well, maybe the bathroom cabinet one might be a bit harder to do. Let me go and throw on some trainers and let's get ourselves to the DIY store to pick these things out. I'm hoping I can get them to cut it there, then I don't have to worry about cutting, just because I can't be asked today. So if I can get them to cut it, that'd be amazing. And then let's have a look at what storage stuff they've got there, because I know they do stock some really useful boxes, so we can have a good day. There is a part of me, by the way, that is looking at the sunshine outside and going, oh, this is a good time to take photographs, but we're on this today. Tomorrow we'll be doing the more visual stuff that I need to get content creating done. So, right, let me go and get my bag. Let's head to the DIY store. So DIY part 1 is completed, so I put some bits in there just to play around with the layout, but this is the shelf. I decided not to use the other shelf because it was just a bit too hard to cut through and it was difficult and I didn't cut it right and I couldn't be asked, if I'm honest, to recut it again. So I used up the MDF that I had got to build the side panel to put in here, and yeah,
it's perfect. Just exactly what we needed in here, so now we can really maximise the storage of this space. Got the dog food in here. Sadly, leashed feet are too big, so I don't think my wellies are going to fit in here. Oh, are you admiring the cupboard? You're making noises. Yeah, the dog food's in here, which is great. Like, maybe we can actually move like the wellies on top. Excuse me, I know you now know that your food's there, but you're not having any. Oh, just too big to go up there, but you get the kind of impression of what we can do here. And yeah, they're the plug sockets, by the way, to the oven and whatnot. So yeah, this one is done. I know you're getting restless, baby. I know you want to go out, but let me do one DIY, just one teeny DIY. Oh, sorry. Okay, look. I know you're getting restless. I know you want to go out again, but can you let me do one teeny DIY? One teeny DIY. And then we'll go for an hour and hours walk. Oh, I said the W word. One teeny DIY and then a big W, yeah? Deal? Can you give me a shake? Pull, shake on it, pull. Yes, there we go. Okay, one last DIY and then we'll head start to take him out for a W, and then yeah, be able to start filling some of these cupboards up this evening. Yes, so you give me kisses. Oh. All right, move everything out of the way. Just had to clear out of all the other DIY stuff that I had out. But this one, I've decided to show you how I do this DIY, because this is just something really easy that like I do believe everyone can do, particularly if you are able to go and get the bits cut. Like, the effort that you need to do is minimal. So I got all these cut specifically for my shopping unit, and essentially what we're doing, this is the right way. Is this the right one? Yeah, this way. So to face you guys, what I'm doing is like basically creating a U shape like this, but it will be upside down, so it'll be like an N shape that will host the shelf, and this will be easily removable and whatnot when we get into the sink. This needs no drilling or anything like that. You're just going to use some wood glue, and then I would highly recommend anybody picking up these clamps because they're great for right angles and whatnot. So this is the method that I use to create the cubby in our laundry room. So you can do it really for any frame as long as it's not going to do a heavy load. One thing I would say though is that if you are going to do anything that's not thick material like this MDF, you will probably need to do like a diagonal bracket just to support the shape. But as you can see there, just put a bit of wood glue on, and then just going to get this in, line it up so it's nice and neat. And then I'm just going to bring this bit over this way. And then the brackets, as you can see, just fit like, oh, just need to move it upwards. They fit, can you see? Yeah, you can see. Come on, little fishy. Why can't I work this out? Is it because I don't have like, I'm not tools? There we go. Right. Just make sure that's all nice lined up. And as you can see, that's clamping it at a right angle. So let me just do the other side. I am running out of kitchen space. I need my own workshop. I know I need my own workshop because this is getting ridiculous. There we go. Come in, little fishy. There we go. Oh, that's not quite there. There we go, that's there. So that will hold the glue whilst it dries. The wood glue I'm using is this Evo stick glue. It's the one that my dad would use all the time, and my granddad would use all the time. In case you guys didn't know, my granddad was a carpenter by trade and a joiner. But yes, just a line of glue. But yeah, this is where I picked up most of my skills from, is either watching my granddad work in his workshop or my dad doing DIYs across the house. Line up back there, right. And I mean, you could like, sorry, I realised you guys, hello. You could somewhat, you know, do this with some screws and nails and whatnot, but you realistically don't, especially for something like this. I'm not thinking that, you know, we're putting £100 weights or anything like that on it. But again, they're just so easy to use, these clamps. Like, you really do not need anything complicated. I do have these bad boys, which you could also use, but it'd be a bit difficult because of the fact that you don't have a top bit of wood up here or MDF. So these hold them in the corner. You don't have to really worry about these bits moving. Cute little fishy. But you have to have like the hand strength though to push it. Someone's protesting. One clamp, sweetie. One clamp, and then I'm putting your raincoat on. Right, just make sure that's all lined up. And Bob's your raincoat. So that's that drying. It is somewhat usable after a couple of hours, but it does say to allow a maximum of 24 hours before you put stuff on it. So I will be leaving this for a good majority of the day. I'm just going to leave it up here on the top of our kitchen island whilst we go out, and then I will move it somewhere else in the home once the glue is just a little less tacky and whatnot. But that's the DIY portion of the channel done today. What I'm going to do now is get Munchkin. Come here, baby. Up, do you want to tap? Up, yes, good boy. So we're going to take Munchkin here out for a walkies. It's time. It is time now. Walkies time. So we'll go walkies, and then yes, we will be cracking on with. I'm probably going to start actually on the decorative cupboard, or maybe one of the other cupboards. In fact, stay tuned to find out which cupboard we're going to be working on, which will literally be about 2 seconds after this. But for me, it'll be a few hours later. So let me take the dog out, and I'll be right back with you guys. I feel like I look like a drowned rat, like the minute we got to the woods, like it was pouring down with rain. But we are back. I have just been sorting out Dashini's box and doing some of the general stuff in there. Oh my god, my laundry room feels so much better because there's just nothing in front of that washing machine now. I just feel so much better. And this is why I do these things, to just relax and unwind with these situations and whatnot. So I'm just rearranging stuff that are a bit too tall for the box. But yeah, one of the main things we're keeping in that cupboard. Oh, you're taking a yap bar? Yeah, you're taking a yap bar. But one of the things we're keeping in the cupboard is Cash's box. Now this usually lives under the sink, but I'm moving it to that area of his cupboard situation. Found a new place for his coats as well, which is great because normally we just leave them on the radiator, which is fine when they're wet, but like I just want to get them out of the way. So now that I've got like a cubby hole for them now, it's great. His like moo-moos, as we call them, his tiggies, we buy them in bulk. They've now got a home. I definitely need to get myself one of those welly things that you put outside. Like I just, for some reason they are so expensive and I can't work out why, but I just want like one of those things where I can hang the wellies upside down, particularly today, like after a muddy walk, and let the rain do its thing of like washing all the mud off, like, and keeping them dry on the inside. Because at the moment my wellies are still in their welly bag and I've just like shoved them in the cupboard because I'm just like but it is a little tight, that cupboard, but it's better than what was there. So yeah, just kind of sorted a few things out. Leah's requested a lift from work. It's about 4:45 now and he will be out at about past, so I need to set off in about 25 minutes or so. But I thought I'd quickly talk you through Dash's box and maybe give you some of my recommendation for dog stuff. Ooh, and yeah, there we go. Oh god, that's a bit bright. Hi guys. So I thought I'd give you a bit of recommendation for dog stuff.
if you're interested with pet ownership. Some of you may just want to skip this, and that is totally fine. So we keep this box under the sink. As I said, it's now moving, and this has generally a surplus supply of his wag treats. He particularly loves wag treats in particular. I just got these which are like pet munchies. Oh, here we go. Hello. You're not having any, sweeties. No, go to your yak bar. Go get your yak bar. You're not having any. Go on, go see your yak bar. That particular packet, the pet munchies, came with his flea spot on things. So I have a subscription service for his worming tablets and his flea stuff, which I highly recommend. It is just worth paying a little bit extra premium to have that stuff on like subscription base, because I generally don't know how I'd cope having to remember exactly when he needs that type of stuff. So I just pay it. I think mine's Many Pets or Vet Box, that's it. Many Pets is my insurance for him. Yeah, you're insured. You're in the way of the camera now. But yeah, it's Vet Box. I will put a link down below if I have any sort of referral or anything like that for you guys, but I highly recommend them. You just have to make sure you update the profile with your pet's correct weight, so that they can make sure they get the doses right. But yeah, he gets his little flea on treatment, which is what I just said, and he gets some munchies, which is great. Something else I have at the back here that's not food related. Most of this stuff is like general, right, you need to lie down because you're trying to get in the box to get the treats, aren't you? He's trying to do the circling thing so he can get in the box, and it's not happening. Nope. Go lie down. Let me get back into focus. There we go, guys. So yeah, spot on treatment, which we had to obviously get throughout the festive period, particularly on New Year's Day, which was terrible for him. He was so scared. I felt so bad for him. I've got in here, which I do need to get more of, his dry shampoo. He has an actual shampoo and conditioner that lives in our bathroom. It's the only place to wash him. Well, we could wash him outside with the hose, but when it's raining like this, it's just better. Like, we'll definitely do it in the summer, just hose him outside, but for now it's just easier to just wash him upstairs in the bath. He also has a doggy cologne from Norfolk Natural Living. I picked this up when we were in Norfolk and I love it. It's Coastal Walk, so I have this as his oh, it smells so good. I have this actually as his pet bed spray, which I need to actually find, because I think I'll keep it in this box, even though it's cleaning, but it's pet stuff. But maybe actually I'll keep it in with the cleaning stuff. I'll decide later. But he has a pet bed spray to just refresh his bed every now and then, because boy can he get smelly. But yes, he has a doggy cologne, so every time we brush him we give him a little spray and he smells gorgeous. Usually I keep a lifetime supply of poo bags in here. We just buy like the big ones, so this is the unscented 540 super strong poo bags. I think I got this months ago as well. They last so long, like how many there is, like, yeah, but I just put a couple in here just to kind of get a hold, and then I know when I get into the box I need to order it. So I'm going to put this in like my surplus area, which I'm still figuring out where that would be in the house, but just easier because of the fact that I had this I design like I think this is like for their sorry, hang on one second, guys. Okay, I think I figured out that like my camera cannot focus in very low light when there's something behind me. I think it's because A, I'm pale, I wear a lot of white, and then the lights behind me, it just can't differentiate where my face is. So anyway, as I was saying, this is one of the I designed like fridge shelves that I didn't really have a use for after I pulled out it all in the cupboard, but I figured this would be actually really good for in here, just to kind of keep all of these bits together rather than having them fly about. This is general just grooming stuff. So I have his nail clippers, which he hates. We're trying to get him okay with the file. He just will not let you go near his nails, which Ryan, because he does a lot of stuff that actually just naturally breaks him, like files his nails down, but they are getting a wee bit sharp. We have his toothbrush and toothpaste, which he generally just licks off. Like, it's quite funny when you brush his teeth. And then I have these, which I do recommend. So I have this little, I think I picked this up at like Pets at Home and stuff, so it's a little wiry brush. This is particularly good for getting underneath his belly and stuff like that, and on the backs of his legs. And then we have, as you can see here, so it's like a brush, but you just press the button on the back and then you can just pull the hair off like I've done there, and then it's like clean again, which is the only thing about this one is that you just really have to get into there to like clean the bristles. But this I can't recommend enough, it's so good for brushing. And then that's my little box for him in here. The dream is one day to have like a mud room dedicated to this type of stuff for him, and everywhere to have that, like, its space. But for now, in our little rental home, this is perfect. What can I also say about pet stuff? Oh, just other pet stuff that I recommend. I'm just going to put in a little plug for pet stuff so that other pet parents can have like a little bit of ease and whatnot. So just because he's like in the corner of my eye there, Furbo, the dog nanny as we call ours, so good for when you're working full-time or just generally out and about and you just want to keep an eye on him. It throws treats, it gives alerts. We are signed up to the dog nanny feature, which I think is about $6.99 a month, and it just keeps like a running report, and it is very good because it will think Dash is chewing, but he's actually doing a good thing, so it's learning like as he's doing stuff, and it can now tell apart which of his barks are just him barking or him scared or anything like that. So that's always good. So highly recommend that. It is one of my favorite things, just to set my phone up like in the afternoon and just watch him for a bit while I'm working. Like, I just have it there and I'll be typing away and just checking on him, and of course you can talk to them. Ours is also attached to Alexa behind us, so for example, if you listen, Alexa, toss a treat with Furbo. Furbo threw a treat. So that noise, he knows, means that Furbo's going to give him a treat, so he's happy. So he practically thinks Furbo's God because Furbo just gives him food and now he's just staring at him. So that one's really good. I do recommend the wag treats. They're the ones that we found that are the best for him. All right, you're looking at me now. You have to do a trick. You have to do a trick for one. Can you sit? Sit. Wave. Don't be shy. And can you speak? Speak. Speak. Yes, good boy. Can you go around? Can you sit? Give me a paw. Yes, good boy. There you go. But yeah, they're very good. I particularly like the Tasties and the Bangers ones that they do, because they're quite big, so you can break them in half so you can make them last longer, particularly like there where you're doing some tricks and stuff. You, instead of giving like a full one, you can break them up and whatnot. We got this at Christmas. Here we go. So we didn't get this one at Christmas, but we got a similar one for one of his Christmas presents. This is a yak bar and he absolutely loves them. I've never seen anything like just keep him quiet for as long as this does. Dash is a very chewy little boy, but chewing's very good for them to like calm them down and keep them quite, you know, relaxed and stuff. So he's great. Like, look, he's just lying down now with it, he'll be fine with it. So other chewing stuff that he likes is we get the what we call his nighttime chews, which are the kind of the green, I think the pedigree ones, which are very good for like teeth and stuff like that. So he always gets one of those at night before we go to bed, and he knows like the minute like we go for bed, he goes and gets one, and then he has it on the bed with us while he relaxes in the night. And his other thing that he has is what we call his moo-moos, which is what his dog walker Bonnie Paws introduced him to many moons ago when she was house sitting for him. Like Bonnie, her dog, had one and he had one and he loved it. They're disgusting, they stink the house out, particularly pig ears ones, but pig ears and cow ears, or moo-moos as we call them, he loves them. He'll play with them, he'll chase them, like he just has so much fun with them, so he highly recommend those. And yeah, that's kind of my dog kind of recommendations. Obviously we've got him in a normal bed that we picked up from Pets at Home. It's got a blanket with it. We always get him toys. He's very spoiled rotten. The one thing we have is more toys than makes sense, but we limit his toys and we always rotate them so he doesn't get bored of them and whatnot. and he likes to listen to jazz music and Sam Cooke when we're just out and about. Like if we leave him at home, I'll play the music and I'll get Alexa to play it for like 2 hours and then stop, just so that he can have a bit of calm and unwindingness. And then yeah, that's what we do. I'm gonna go and get Lee now. I think I've been pretty much rambling on for enough time and stuff like that. When I come back to you guys though, we'll start working on the not so much kind of sorting out the sink, because obviously the shelf bit is still drying as such, but I think I need to just have a look at like what stuff we've got in there and see if I can really refine it down, particularly like the really useful boxes. I know I need to go and pick a few up, but I don't want to get too many, because I generally think if I can really refine down what I've already got, we can really start to you know, save some pennies with the amount of boxes we need. So let me stop you guys here and pick you guys up in a bit. Okay guys, good morning. I'm like in the exact same outfit, washed hair though, and the leggings are on. I told you they would make an appearance in this video. So it's the next day and we are unfortunately hitting walls on this project just for a moment. So the U-shape, N-shape piece that I built for under the sink, we can't get it in. I know for a fact that once we would get it in, like it would fit in that gap, but we just physically cannot get it around the corner and stuff, and the pipes, which is very, very annoying, and also kind of defeats the whole, I wanted it to be able to be removed if we ever needed to get to the stop tap moment. So yay. Sorry, I'm just looking at my blush here. I'm like, is this splendid? So yeah, annoying, but we must go on. But let me show you Dash's cupboard, as we're calling it, because that is a win and it looks really good and it's nice and organised now and I'm very, very happy. Okay, so before we go to the cupboard, let me show you in here because, oh, the floor isn't actually clipped, but the floor is clipped. Okay, so we've got an Amazon box. Let me just cover my address. I don't think you can see it from there, but just in case. I'm saving that Amazon box because I'm about to do some spray painting, so that's why it's there. But in terms of everything, look how much space we now have here because everything's moved off the floor. As I mentioned, I found a cubby hole for Dash's coats, which is great. And then there's my trainers and our shopping bags. My boots are there just because I need to wash them, but we're free again. We're free in this space. So very, very happy. So for now, we have this section here. So opening up door number 1, he thinks he's about to get fed. But we have this bit here. So I want to do a little bit more organising with it because obviously it's a little bit misshaped and everything like that. But Lee's wellies are there, easily to grab. That's what he's wearing at the moment. So Lee takes Dash on a very early morning walk before work and everything. So they're there. I'm possibly thinking maybe something like, I want to see if I can maybe utilise this space up here. Like, could we hang his cow ears or could we find an alternative storage? I don't necessarily want to put another shelf across because that will stop kind of the height getting into the tin and whatnot, but something there. And as I mentioned, my wellies are just in their bags behind there, and I'm definitely going to look to invest in that wellie stand outside because I think actually that would be perfect for the wellies, because they'd be hanging upside down. The rain that we're having at the moment would kind of wash the mud off and everything, but keep them dry on the inside. So I'm definitely going to look to invest in one of those. But happy with this cupboard because this tin like took up a lot of floor space in the laundry room, and it was difficult to move around, particularly when you wanted to put like the laundry basket in front of the washing machine, etc, etc. So I'm glad like this is now off the floor. And yeah, so second cupboard wise, you would have seen me put in the new shelf. As I mentioned, I will paint this another day. You haven't even explore. But this is literally Dash's box of stuff. The poo bags are in there just for the moment until we find like that extra box for kind of back stock. What I mentioned like downstairs in the basement where that tower is with the champagne, where we can fit 4 of the big boxes, I think one of those will be like our back stock box for everything. So that's where I'm going to put all that stuff, because things like spare kitchen rolls and whatnot could go in there. So that's the thing. Can I show people? Thank you. Are you trying to get in the video? So along with that is our, this is our first aid box I picked up from John Lewis ages ago. I really like it because it's got the top bit and then the bigger bit inside. I've just seen how many like COVID tests
we've got in there. We just have them as a stockpile. You never know. But yeah, I wanted to move this out of the bathroom because like whenever something happens, it's like running up and downstairs, whereas it's like easily grabbable here. It annoys me it has to live on its side because it doesn't quite fit in the space, but it's not major, so we've got that there to grab as and when accidents happen. And then this is Lee's bigger boot bag for when we go out in the car, and then behind it is our hiking boots, so when the weather dries, these are what we'll change into when we go dog walking and whatnot, so they will live in there. Not sure what will happen with Lee's big boots when we swap over, like we may find somewhere else, but you never know. And then I've got my summer screen wash right there ready and waiting to go, just because like it just seemed like a sensible idea to put it kind of there and whatnot. And then that cupboard is completed.
Okay, good morning guys. It is a week on Saturday, so this project's taking a little bit longer than I wanted to, but it's all for a good reason. Let me just lip balm up my lips 1 second. Sorry about this guys, it has dropped drastically the temperature and my dry skin is flaring up like there's no tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, this project is taking a bit longer. It's all for good reasons though. I think if you guys couldn't tell in like the last clips, I got very emotionally beaten thinking about my dad and DIY and everything like that. And when it wasn't quite going right, the project, I just was like, there is no point in me carrying on like in this mood. I might as well just recollect myself and start again. You know, like I've just taken this week off, not done anything. And then I recut the shelf last night. And as you could see this morning, I was almost ready to flip, but we did it, we got it in, albeit that shelf is not coming out anytime soon. And it's certainly not gonna come out in one piece. Like if we're gonna remove that, that is coming out in 2 pieces in the future. But you can still access the stop tap, which is good. Like you can still get to that area. So I think if anyone needed more access to that space, it would be a case of like you'd need to take the entire cupboard out because there was something drastically wrong, whereas just stopping the water you can easily access and whatnot. But yeah, that shelf is wedged in there. I'm glad I've done it though, because I've already seen potential with it, like how much I can fit in there, how much I can store and stuff, and it's just going to make that area nice and clean. So today we're going to finish off cleaning the rest of the kitchen. Like the whole space needs a very good like wipe down of everything. Walls need wiping down because it's been muddy, so little one's been shaking off, and you know, mud is like kind of up the walls and everything like that. Again, what happens when you have a light colour kitchen with a dog? It's just, it happens. And then the main kind of focus today, other than getting that unit into the sink, is potentially going out to go and get some more reusable boxes. I haven't been able to find any in my local area, so it might be a little bit of a drive around to find boxes. I say drive around, I'm just going to go to 2 places, and if they don't have them there, then I'm just going to accept defeat on this. But yeah, get some really useful boxes so I can start organising everything. And then, other than taking the little one down behind me for a, we've got to like just basically clean everything, like I said, clean the kitchen, organise everything, sort everything. So let me go and show you what we're working with, and then yeah, let's get cracking. Okay, so we pulled everything out of the cupboard as you have seen to get that unit in. I haven't taken the rubbish anywhere yet, just because we're actually going to do a skip/recycling centre run tomorrow with stuff. So Lee's going to load up the car, so I'm just going to leave them in these bags so that he can load up the car tonight. So first thing tomorrow we can run that over. You'll see that in another vlog, I'm sure. But that is what we're working with under the cupboard. So she is wedged in there. You can see that little hole at the back there is where the stop
stop tap is for the water, but we've got really nice like double dual storage there to use everything. I haven't got anything really to kind of tidy things up and stuff like that, so we're going to do a bit of a makeshift moment, but this is going to be very much like simplicity, clean it and stuff down here. I don't know where my words are today. I think I need another coffee. Also took the door off in order to get it in, so we just put the door back on. I'm gonna set you up somewhere and I'm gonna put all this stuff back in here, go through these boxes of actually everything that I need, and like I said, I probably will end up donating them because I think I just went on a mad like must buy everything for cleaning situation, and I've got things in here that I don't necessarily need. Like I have so much like multi-purpose spray that like literally I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then I need to sort out this one. This is like the everyday one that lives like kind of here, so I can grab everything. So yeah, let me set you up and let's get organising. Okay, we have one clean cupboard, albeit it's not as organised as I'd want it to. So I think what I'm going to look for is, I've seen them on Amazon, I'm going to find one that fits this thing where it's basically like a pull-out drawer bit, so I can line up all these bottles under there and pull them out as and when I need them. So that's something to organise. I've put this was like a box full of like extra bits, so it had extra kind of like sponges for our like dish brush, it's got like spare mop things that I thought that would be perfect there, so I can grab them when I need them. It also has like my supply of Zoflora that I like to use, and I didn't want to get rid of any of those scents, so I thought I'd keep them in there and go through them. One of them I'd actually let me pull out the box and I'll show you what scents I use, because you know, why not? So not the easiest box to get out, you have to like kind of tip it, which is why I wanted to fill it with stuff that I didn't need on a regular basis, but I found a use for it. I'm gonna hang the dustpan and brush there, so that'll be perfect. But yeah, so I've got, this is a pet comb that I love to use. We have one in that basket there, which I'll show you in a bit, but I thought it came as a pack of two, so I thought I'll keep the stone there. This is like a minky that we have, don't really use that often, so it's more specialised cleaning. Like I said, these are the brushes that we put on our dish brush, so I thought keep the spares in there. And then we've got like the mop covers. Again, we don't use that, well, we do use often, but it's not like something we're changing out on a daily basis, a weekly basis. I thought they'd be perfect there. A random sponge, which I don't want to get rid of because there'll be a use for that someday. And then these are the fluorescents. So the main one I've got here is Mountain Air. So this is what I put in the mop because it's pet friendly. So that one's good for our floors and it's a really nice scent. This one was a limited edition Fig and Cedar, two of my favourite scents, so I had to pick it up. And then like I said, I'm making my way through the bottles before I use it. And then we've got Citrus Fresh there, which I like to use when I deep clean the sink and whatnot. But also a good one for using in the kitchen. And then Summer Breeze, which is just another lovely fresh scent. And then I put the lid on this. Sorry if you're getting a bit seasick there. I'll pull out this box. So, like I said, lots of bottles there that I don't need access daily, but I'm just keeping there for the moment. And like I said, maybe a pull-out drawer thing would work really well to house the boxes. There is a torch. I don't know why we need this torch, but my dad always had one under the sink. I think it was like when the electric went, you knew where the big torch was to go and see like the mains box or whatever it was, even though we have our phones. But he had one and I've had one ever since I moved up to Leeds, so we're keeping it, you know, because you never know. Then this box is from IKEA, and this has like things that we use on a daily basis. So I've got the comb that says shaves my sofa and stuff of pet hair. I've got the descaler for the washing machine, and then there's another one like I might use tomorrow, machine cleaner. This is a fresh air scent just makes the air smell nice. Again, kind of gets rid of that kind of wet dog smell. As does this. This is like what I live by at the moment on my sofas and my curtains. Again, would get rid of the dog smell. This is a refill of the diffuser, that's it, in the laundry room. It's there if I need it. This stuff, right, it's really weird, but it's a very useful hack. So this is Bondi Wash, which I love. And again, once I get through all these cleaning products, I'm going to start buying from them because I love their scents and they're finally back in the UK. But this is their laundry wash in pepper and lavender. Now, I have sensitive skin, so I can't use this on my own clothes because I know it's probably going to be all right with me, but I've had such bad issues with like laundry detergent in the past that I've got mine that doesn't make me react, so I'm sticking to it. But what I like to use this for is for the dishes. So if you ever have like a roast or anything like that where you've got a roasting tin that the food is just sticking to, number one tip I learned from my grandma is boil a kettle, pour some of this into the dish and fill it once the kettle is boiled, and then leave it overnight, because it's basically a stain lifter, so it will lift the food off the roasting tin and you'll have a nice clean tin and it smells nice. It works every time we do a Sunday roast or anything like that. We do this and it's so easy to clean afterwards. I have the room spray geranium tomato leaf. This is one I picked up when we went to Norfolk. It smells amazing. This is another Bundy Sandworn glass spray. I use this on the windows and the mirrors and I love it. It smells beautiful. I have my cutting shears here for when I want to go and cut things in the garden, and I'm going to get a spare to keep in my car for when I want to pick up foliage. I have this just kind of amber glass bottle, hello, that's full of one of the scents at the moment from Zaflora. So this is what we use to clean the kitchen and other surfaces. I just use a multi-purpose spray and just whiz around, does the trick. This is that kind of olive, oh no, I wouldn't have spoken about this because we missed it in Vlogmas. We went to York during Vlogmas. It was one of the vlogs that got lost, and we picked up this Feu à Cheval, which is like this company that I've always wanted to try. It specialises in like olive stuff. So this is a liquid soap that's in that kind of olive scent. I think it's for hands and dishes. Haven't tried it yet because again, making my way through my surplus. But with that, we also picked up the multi-spray in the olive scent. You can see, can you see? I don't know if you can see. It's well loved basically. This is the one I've been using at the moment and I love it. I did mention though, there it is, it was £8.95. It's an expensive one, I think, for a cleaning product, but it smells great. So, you know, little goes far, like to use it. But this is, as you see, like what we grab on a normal everyday basis, and then that lives kind of just there and we can grab it. But from where we were at the beginning of this vlog to where we are now with everything, so much neater. Like this used to just be utter chaos. It used to hurt my brain, but this feels just so much more like I can get to things now. I can grab things as and when I need it. Even with the chaos there, it's a bit of out of sight, out of mind. So that's good. So yeah, done my cleaning and I'm very, very happy. Okay, so I'm gonna go and grab my coat and a scarf on, and yeah, we're gonna go and head out in search of some really useful boxes. I know exactly how many I need for downstairs. I don't know how many I need for upstairs, but I think I'm just gonna leave the upstairs stuff for another day when we come on to that room makeover. When I say upstairs, I mean the attic room, which I'll talk about very, very, very soon in another vlog as to what we're doing in that space. There's potentially another project as well coming up, which I don't like being clickbaity, so I do apologise, but something might stop one of the room makeovers, but it's going to be just as exciting, so I'll keep you posted if we ever get to that moment. But yeah, some of the stuff we're keeping upstairs when we do the room makeover. Lots of big DIYs coming. Anywho, come upstairs and I'm out of breath now. I'm going to go grab a coat up, and like I said, we're going to go in search of some really useful boxes.
Like you like me too. We can take it slow, make sure we do this right. night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be. You make me anxious. I think I might be stuck on you. I love the things you did for me. It seems that you're dropping clues. There's no need to rush, so let's just take our time. Dropping everything, 'cause you're stuck on my mind. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be. Oh.
Okay, good morning everyone. It is the next day and the kitchen is so nice and tidy. Let me give you a quick tour of everything in the daylight. I'm so happy with this project. It feels so much better in here. Anyway, let me show you guys what we've got going on in here. So if you hear any noise, it's the washing machine. It is a full-on Sunday wash everything day, but everything nice and tidy. We've had a little update in the dash corner. Oh no, we're not taking onion. You'll try and take onion because it's a bit too noisy for this time of morning. But we've added another box in there which is full of Dash's towels that was downstairs, and I've just slipped in his lip mat there I'm going to sort out later. But that cupboard is done. You've already seen the welly cupboard. In daylight, the under the sink, which has been tried and tested and is working brilliantly for us at the moment. All the other drawers are somewhat organised and sorted. All the counter spaces have had a huge wipe down. I've even sorted out this box that used to be the bread bin, but I just found that like things were getting forgotten there, so I just made it into this little situation, and I like this much better. Coffee's there waiting for me. This is all sorted. As you can see, pretty storage here. I didn't quite clean this out as much as I wanted to. Kept some of the books, like I said, these are ones that I definitely know we're going to use every day, and the folder full of HelloFresh and Gusto recipes. But I kind of forgot that we had all this glassware in here that I'm not sure what we're doing with yet. I don't want to get rid of it, so I'll probably have to look and get in some storage upstairs for it for another time, but I think I'd best leave it here. And yeah, everything's had a wipe down, everything's had a clean. It feels so good in here again, but it's definitely given me ideas, like I said when I spoke to you previously, about what I want to do for the makeover. I think definitely darker bottoms on the cabinets. I want to take this storage all the way up to the ceiling, because we've got like 2.5 or I think actually 2.6 meter ceilings in this house, and I just think it's such a waste, like up there, of storage. Even if it's things that we don't use on a regular basis, we can put stuff up there. And yeah, I think it just needs a whole kind of configuration. I think definitely the walls here as well, as much as I've given them white down, you can see there's a lot of dirt from having a dog, so I want to paint this bit dark. And like I said, I want to get a table in here, but that is a makeover for another time. Managed to finish that just as my battery was flashing that it was about to die, so very impressed with that timing. But yeah, time to sign off now and carry on with the vlog that you will be seeing in a week or so. You will recognise this jumper. But I do hope you enjoy this kind of like little mini organisation series. It really helps us kind of feel very much more calm in this home, and I just feel so much better with this situation. I still think everything needs a deep clean. It's just not the time to do it at the moment. Like when I say deep clean, I mean get everything out and completely wipe every nook and cranny down. So maybe something that I'll look at doing in springtime, like a spring clean. So let me know in the comments below if you're interested in that. But for the moment, it was good to just get organised and just declutter everything so that we can carry on. And like I said, I'm hesitant to do too much to any of the spaces that I've done because they're all rooms that are going to get worked on as part of makeovers. So I just wanted to get rid of the rubbish so that I could see the space and then kind of go from there. But if you did like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We're fast growing. I'm almost at I want to say 2.3, 2.4, I'm not sure where I am, but it's amazing to see how many of you guys are following on my little journey and stuff. So thank you so much, guys, and yeah, do continue to subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you're taking on a big deep cleaning project anytime soon. And yeah, just have a fabulous rest of your week, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.